Back here in the Fox 25 Morning News, well, our next guest firmly believes that we can all live more relaxed lives and make a change for the better if we only incorporated a little meditation into our daily routines. In fact, he believes in this so much that he gave up his regular job to teach the power of meditation. We're pleased to be joined this morning by the Boston Buddha himself, Andy Kelley. Andy, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So when did you discover the power of meditation?
Well, I think, I was working in a very stressful job.
Which field was that in?
That would be broadcast.
Oh, I don't see where the stress comes from there.
No, not at all. So I was working a lot. You work
Sure.
6-7 days a week, 12-hour days, right? And I had a wife and a beautiful son at home, and they wanted my attention. And I felt like I was coming home tired, anxious, angry, and, just couldn't sleep. So I think after a while, my wife was noticing that I wasn't sleeping. She gave me this book by Deepak Chopra called The Perfect Health, and I thought, being a skeptical guy, I thought,
Sure.
This book is probably the perfect gift for somebody else.
Right.
I really didn't think it was going to connect with anything. I read it. Surprisingly, I actually connected with a lot of the material in the book, and I took a class and I started meditating.
So when people talk about meditation, I think there's some confusion, maybe some skeptics.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what I'm trying to say. And people who are reluctant to embrace this because it's kind of a foreign idea. Well, this seems a little strange to me. What is meditation? When you meditate, what are you doing?
Well, it depends on what type of meditation you're doing. I ground a meditation practice every single day by sitting, closing my eyes, and going inside for, as long as I can, 10, 15 minutes. I set a time. I go inside and I kind of let the thoughts come, notice them, so I'm able to distance myself from those thoughts. So when I come out of meditation, I'm able to bring a little bit of more real me into my day by not being so reactive. So I'm not always reacting anymore. I'm sometimes more reflective where normally I would be like,
How do you train yourself, though? Because I found if you try to meditate and you're just trying to clear your head, you may be successful for a couple minutes, but then all of a sudden other thoughts start creeping in. Like, okay, well, later today I got to do this, and tomorrow I got to do that, and when there's something that's bothering me, I can't quite put my finger on it, but
Right.
that's in there too.
right.
How do you keep those thoughts out and clear your head?
Well, that's it. That's just it. You don't. You can't keep the thoughts out of your head. I mean, our mind's job is to produce thoughts, right? So the goal is to be aware of them, right? And then every time you're aware of them, I teach and practice a mantra-based one where you're inserting like a nonsense word to interrupt that thought once you're having that
Bring
thought.
you back to
to
where
bring
you
you
need
back
to
to
be.
where you need to be, which when you're out of the meditation, where you need to be is the present moment.
Now, you've done something really cool here with the Boston Buddha in that this has changed your life so much that you said, I got to share this with other people, and you're sharing with other people and kids as well in a pretty unique fashion.
Yeah. Well, the Boston Buddha is basically a take on, I like the Boston Celtics, I like the Boston Red Sox, and I'm an average
You
guy.
need a little bigger belly if you're going to be the Boston
I'm getting
Buddha.
there. I'm getting there. But it's more, I can help take this ancient teaching and give it more of a mainstream voice, which I think it deserves, because at the end of the day, it's really just a
And it's
technique.
been embraced, though. Tell us where you're teaching and
Yes,
what's going on
in
with
the
kids.
schools. In the schools, it's been embraced. In my son's elementary school in Milton, Massachusetts, I'm teaching a before-school mindfulness program, and it is so cool. I get to teach these. We have 33 kids that come to the class and get them more in touch with their natural 5 senses, and then how those 5 senses react with their emotions. So they're a little bit more, less impulsive through their day.
A little more calm, too. Have the teachers noticed a change in the behavior compared to other kids of similar age?
I haven't heard from we're the 4th weekend. I haven't heard from teachers, but I have heard from a couple of the parents that say that they have seen a calmer disposition to something that maybe they wouldn't be able, they would have normally reacted differently to.
Yeah.
But I can speak for my own son. Yes, I can see when he notices. He'll still do something that's not necessarily the best choice of behavior, but at least now he's going, well, Dad, I knew it was bad before I did it, but then I still did it. So he's becoming more aware of the process.
A keener state of awareness.
Yes.
And seeing yourself and how you're reacting in different situations.
Yes.
Curious how your family responded when you said, I'm giving up my career here and I'm going to go pursue this and teach people the benefits of meditation.
I come from a large Irish Catholic family, so if they're not making fun of me, or my brother's not making fun of me, then we don't love each other. So a lot of the times I get the, hey, Andy, why don't we ask the Buddha? He's really in touch with himself.
Right.
But I have one of my older brothers has come to taken my course, and he seems to have responded positively to at least trying to incorporate a meditation practice into his life, which before he would have never Never.
Well, I tell you this, my mother's been meditating for over 30 years, and she's one of the most aware, keenly aware, coolest people that I know. So
sweet.
it's got some great benefits to it, and I recommend it. I think you're onto something. Working with the kids, I think, is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, we're just trying to build that foundation for
Yeah.
them so they can pull on it later on in life.
TheBostonBuddha.com for more information. You can check it out. And also, don't forget, there's a free intro to meditation class that Amy's going to be doing. It's Saturday, October 30th from 3 to 4:30. That's at Milton Public Library. That's on Canton Avenue in Milton. And again, information on that, TheBostonBuddha.com. So get more information about it. It's really simple, easy thing to do, and it can change your life too, make you feel a whole lot better.
Sure,
Keep up the
absolutely.
good work, Andy.
Hey,
Appreciate
thanks.
it.